Last season was very interesting for Billy because he kind of took on this new role. He really kind of helped help people rise up, sort of spread the word and get sort of, I guess not, I don't know if I want to say always facts, but help get, the tide turning for the uprising, as it were. Is that interesting for him to kind of go into that path now? Is that continuing in season 4?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a huge part of what Billy's doing in season 4. He's creating the legend that is John Silver, which is kind of interesting when you look at what happens in Treasure Island when, the pirate that he's fearing is John Silver. So it's going to be interesting to see how that correlates to the show. But yeah, I mean, he's making decisions now. He's effectively taken on a bit of a leader role over in Nassau. He's the leader of the resistance. He's taking on what Vane killed himself for, effectively. What the reason why he asked us not to stop the hanging, and he's taken on a lot of responsibility now. So yeah, it's a big change for Billy this season.
Billy was, no fan of Flint there for quite a while. So for him, is it a much more comfortable fit with Silver sort of taking on this more active role? Or, how does he feel himself fully about Silver at this point?
Yeah, I mean, I think one thing that Billy is always, I think we've always seen with Billy, is that he's always got the good of the men at heart. That's the number one thing for him. And he knows at this point that Flint is not necessarily the one to lead the future. I think he believes that Flint is an asset. I think he knows that he's going to be important to the resistance, but I think it needs a new leader, a new face to lead these men and someone to follow. And I think he knows that Silver has the best interests of the men. So I think, yeah, there's a big shift there now between those three, and it's the dynamic between those three in season 4 is really interesting.
Lastly, this being the last final season, we have certain characters we know are Treasure Island, certain aren't. So do they kind of have fun playing with expectations and maybe what's going to happen as you near the end?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can see as you get towards the end of season 4, you can see that these guys are starting to twist and turn towards those characters that you see in Treasure Island. I mean, obviously, it's still many years before the start of the book, but I mean, in Billy's case, I think you're definitely going to look at him and go, wow, I can see how he ends up becoming that guy.